Hello, my name is Gary Falls. My wife Carol and I would like to extend greetings to Mayor Gillian Coughlin, the Bandon Arts Collective, and the citizens of Bandon, Ireland. When I was asked to say a few words with respect to the formal twinning of our sister cities, or as it came to be called, bridging Bandons, the first thing I had thought of was a quote from President John F. Kennedy. He said, "This is not the land of my birth, but it is the land for which I hold the greatest affection." When I was a little boy growing up in Bandon, Oregon, my mother would read stories to me of Bandon's history and of George Bennett and how he came to Bandon and fell in love with its beauty, which reminded him of Bandon, Ireland. It was these stories that stirred my imagination and wondering what it would be like to one day visit your wonderful town. Just like Bandon, Ireland, we too have a bridge that crosses the river into town, and I always felt if we were twins in so many ways, one of which is that both of our Bandons have a great sense of community where everyone cares for each other, and both are a great place to live. When Carol and I came to Bandon in 2019, we were shown around the entire town, where we met many local businessmen and women, all of whom invited us into their shops. We learned a lot about the local history. We were taken to museums, churches, parks, and wonderful places to eat. And yes, we even walked across the River Bandon on the bridge. Later in the evening, we were greeted by Mayor Gillian Coughlin, clergy, historians, politicians, businessmen, and even some ancestors of George Bennett himself. Then we were entertained by musicians, dancers, and poets, many of which I have since become very good friends with. I simply cannot begin to tell you what an honor it has been. Upon my return to Bandon, Oregon, I was so very proud to tell all of my Bandon, Oregon friends and family what an amazing time we had in Bandon, Ireland, and what a wonderful place it is, and how we were greeted with open arms, the same feeling one gets when visiting Bandon, Oregon. It was as if I had found my long-lost relatives. George Bennett believed that Bandon, Oregon held great prospects for economic development, but in fact, the twinning of our two Bandons will benefit both towns. Bridging our Bandons can help business, trade, education, and cultural exchanges, including projects with each other. Increased cultural awareness, trade relationships, historical and ancestral connections are also a good point. We can learn about each other's history, art, music, agriculture, cuisine, community, education, but best of all, we can form new friendships. There are many others who wonder about Bandon, Ireland and dream of coming for a visit, just as I have, and I honestly cannot wait to return to Bandon, Ireland, a place I consider my other home. I remember Gillian Coughlin saying, "Let's get more people to love Bandon, and let's make it a destination." What a great concept. George Bennett was born in 1824 in Bandon, Ireland, and he died in 1900 in Bandon, Oregon, while working on his 500-page History of Bandon. Bennett would smile if he knew we were fulfilling his vision of the twinning of our two Bandons. Let's join together and formally honor the man who started it all so many years ago. Here's to bridging Bandon.